So Jags-Bills, I mean, you look at this one, and this looks like it's going to be one of the games of the week. Especially you look at the quarterbacks. You got Trevor Lawrence, you got Josh Allen. You also have Josh Allen and Josh Allen. That's going to be one of my key matchups. Is what can this Jaguars pass rush do? I mean, I feel like they got Trayvon Walker here. Josh Allen's still not getting a whole lot of help there on that defensive front. I think they could maybe get some pressure on Josh Allen. I believe it was two times ago when Josh Allen played Josh Allen, and Josh Allen of Jacksonville had like 3 sacks on Josh Allen of Buffalo. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And the other thing I'm going to be watching for here is, are we going to see this Jacksonville offense start to become what they were supposed to be this offseason? I mean, through the first 4 weeks, I've yet to really be impressed with an offensive performance from them. So they go to Indy in week 1. They scored 31. That was the best that they've looked all year. But Indy was right in that game with them. Week 2, they scored 9 points against Kansas City. Week 3, they get blown out in Houston. And then last week, they put up 23 on Atlanta, but 7 of that was a pick 6. Desmond Ridder, put them in nice field position more than once. So I just haven't been impressed, man. And Calvin Ridley, like, he got gassed up like crazy after week 1. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. He's dropped some balls. Only had 2 targets last week. So, like, I haven't seen it yet. Like, Trevor Lawrence was supposed to take that step into the Josh Allen, the Herbert, the Burrow tier, and we haven't seen that yet. He's just kind of been, I mean, arguably he's been kind of the same guy that he was in the first half of last season when Jacksonville was still struggling. He hasn't even reached the level that he was in the second half when they were winning games. I know that they're 2-2.
I don't know if you could. I don't know if you can blame this on Trevor
I'm
Lawrence,
not
man.
blaming 100% of it on Trevor Lawrence, but just as far as expectations, like when this guy got drafted, he was supposed to be the next. He was supposed to be in this the top 3 of quarterbacks by now. He was supposed to be there, like
Yeah,
not like at this point he should be in that conversation. And there's a lot of season left. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely feel like even though this is a 9:30 game, this could be one of those games where Trevor Lawrence comes out and he balls out. And if he does that, then we start pushing him into that conversation. A guy like Joe Burrow is like hanging on to rope right now, trying to stay up there. Trevor Lawrence kind of insert himself into that conversation. Again, it's a 9:30 game, so it's not like a Sunday night football game or anything like that. But they will have essentially home field advantage in London. I don't think they'll end up moving there officially, like you talked about. I think that they'll just. I think that the NFL will expand into London before they will just move a team there. Just because, like, why would we have 31 USA teams and then one team on the other side of the country? Like, I feel like they'll.
why would we have 32 U.S.
I
teams
don't.
and one team on the other side?
Well, I think they do like 4, but that's a conversation for
Yeah,
another day. Um, I do think Buffalo covers and wins this game. I think that I talked about it in the week 4 takeaways video. Like, the Bills are arguably even better than what we thought they were going to be. We had some concerns this offseason, and they've come out and they're firing, man. After week 1 where Josh Allen threw a couple bad balls, they end up losing in overtime. Since then, it's been nothing but dominance. And I think that continues this week.
yeah. I mean, I can definitely see it. I mean, I'm probably taking Bills -5.5 in this one just because of what we've seen out of Jacksonville so far this year, especially on the offensive side, as you mentioned. And they're going up against a defense in Buffalo that is playing really well to start this year. I mean, Micah Hyde, he's one of the veteran safeties in this league. Despite that, he's still 6th ranked on PFF right now at 84.2. And you got Leonard Floyd playing really nice football right now. Matt Milano doing his thing. Gregory Rousseau doing his thing off the outside. So got to love that. I will push back a little bit on Trevor Lawrence hate because I think a lot of it, I think Trevor Lawrence has done well in the chances that he's had presented to himself. Like, I think Dougie P's not calling the plays this year. Dougie P was calling the plays last year. Like, I think Doug Peterson calling the plays needs to happen for this team to move forward. I mean, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, I get delegating your responsibilities, but play calling's a big deal. Big deal on the offensive side of the ball. So, like, I think you need to get Dougie P with the play call sheet in his hand again. I think you'll see this offense start to take off because, dude, despite everything that we've been saying about Trevor Lawrence, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, he ranks out as the 2nd best quarterback on PFF right now for the season. So
Yeah.
I think that he's done everything that he can in the situations that he's been put into. But Dougie P needs to take over the play calling so that he can unleash this offense to its full ability. So because that hasn't happened yet, I'm going to take Buffalo -5 in this one, -5.5. So
Also, one quick thing on this one before we move on.
yeah,
So Jacksonville's been here. They will have been here for 2 weeks because they played in London last week. They were in a hotel, obviously, and they were going to stay through 2 weeks. But the Bills booked the hotel that the Jags were in last week for this week. So now the Jags have to move hotels in the
good
within
God.
London. Shout out to Buffalo, genius.
Damn, that's some serious mind games right there. That's like Bill Belichick type stuff. So gotta love that. I mean, geez, Sean McDermott doing his thing.